Ladies and gentlemen, you are now watching the hottest sports podcast in the South, the best damn sports podcast, period. This is. Yo, what is up? Welcome to an Overreaction Monday edition of the hottest sports podcast in the South. You already know what it is, man. Sentell, right here live on YouTube. You know who I am, the sensational Sentell Wyman, and I am joined by my man, DeMarcus Banks is in the building. What is up, man?
No. Beautiful day in sport.
Not for me. I had a terrible weekend. As you people know, I know you people relish and enjoy when I'm miserable. Well, I was miserable. I lost Saturday. NFL team stinks. Season already over. So, yes, I had a miserable weekend. So, there it is, Georgia fans. I know you want to hear me say that. I know you enjoying this. All good. I'm happy. It's a Monday, though. Welcome back, Dan, to the program. I'm going to get into a lot of things today. So, you know, NFL, obviously, the weekend. We had a couple of good college football games. Not a real good slate. Like, unlike this weekend, this is going to be a great weekend in college football. But last weekend was kind of, you know, other than Georgia, Florida, there was not a whole lot of exciting games on. I mean, if you want to count Florida State and Clemson as exciting going into the game, by all means, you do that. But I told you what was going to happen. Now, I didn't think that was going to happen, but it happened. They got beat down. And of course, let's talk about some, you know, for a second, because I know my audience will leave. If I do this too long, my audience will leave. And you know that they will do this. Yeah, if I start talking about baseball, they will leave. They will absolutely run away from here if I start doing that. But let's talk about those MLB champions. Let's talk about the Boston Red Sox. 4 titles since 2004. And, you know, there was a time when they was cursed and they couldn't win it. The curse of the Billy Goat, the curse of Babe Ruth, and now they got 4 titles since 2004, and they just look like one of the best run franchises in all of baseball. What can you say about the Red Sox, man?
21st century. Anybody.
That's a good way to bring it.
No, even the Yankees. No, it was a great series. So, total dominance by Boston. So this might be one of the best runs we seen since the '98 Yankees. But now, like everybody, you know, Kershaw is Peyton Manning postseason.
What?
we rocked Verlander with the Astros. Ran through CC Baskin and the Yankees. Big bats, Judge, Statons. So it was a overall great World Series. You know, Mookie Betts and JD Martinez. They didn't. Mr. Freeze, we'll call him Icy Hot. Mr. Freeze came through big time. Beautiful day. And David Price.
Finally.
He still give me heartburn.
Finally.
Man,
Finally.
I still can't trust him.
Finally, David Price finally shows up in these postseason. I'm sure somewhere the Tampa Bay Rays are like, where the hell was this when we were going to the World Series and the playoffs and you never performed? But big up to the Red Sox, 4 titles, and like I said, 2004. I mean, they are the 13th team in MLB history to have the best record to go on and win the World Series. The 9th best record overall, 108 wins for the Red Sox. I mean, if you look at this team, they led the damn world in hits. They led Major League Baseball in average. They led the Major League Baseball in RBIs. They got 2 guys that could consider be MVPs for the season. Mookie Betts batted .346, 32 home runs. JD Martinez is almost a triple crown winner, 43 home runs, .330 batting average, and drove in 130 runs. So they were a machine. They were put together really well. They had clutch hit after clutch hit, and I named all those guys, including Jackie Bradley Jr.
Jackie Bradley was big time.
Came up clutch in the series, but in all of that midst of all that, the MVP of the World Series was Steve Pearce, a guy they picked up in June. That was the MVP of the World Series. So all of those big names and big stars, the Sales, the Prices, the Craig Kimballs of the world, and Steve Pearce won the World Series MVP. That just shows you the depth and how great the Boston Red Sox really were this past season. So hell to the Red Sox. They are your
Cora, the living legend.
Oh, your word. And Alex Cora, let's give some credit to Alex Cora. One as a player, now he's a world champion manager. So I'm sure Beantown is enjoying this. But us, you know, we had a lot of good NFL action over the weekend again. But let's go back. I guess let's. No, you know what? Let's stay with the NFL. We'll go back to Saturday. Let's stay with the NFL because we had some good games yesterday. There's some really good games yesterday. That Saints Vikings game from last night. It was Kirk Cousins versus Drew Brees. Both guys come in super uber hot. And at the end of the day, the Saints get the job done. They win the game 30-20. I don't know how they won this game. You look at the numbers of this game. The Vikings outgained them 423-270. Drew Brees throws for $120. And somehow, some way, the Saints win this game. Can you please tell me how in the hell the Saints won a game with Drew Brees throwing for 120 yards?
Because when you have Kirk Cousins on the other end, you know you got the good, the bad, and the ugly with Kirk. He's not a top 10, but he is the better tier quarterback. Quick pick six, a big fumble, I think. Right now, the best receiver. Saints defense looked hungry. They were trying to avenge last year wrongdoing. Well, it was their fault. Alpha Kamara, he really become a household. Well, he is a household name. In my opinion, he could easily be Offensive Player of the Year. Of course, I think that.
Hey, we'll get into him in just a few minutes, but man, you bring up Kirk Cousins. I thought Kirk Cousins played really well. The pick six was not his fault. If you go back and watch the tape, they run a drag route for Stephen Diggs, and he stops, and the ball hits the linebacker right in the chest. I mean, there's no excuse for that. I'm not blaming Kirk Cousins for that. They Adam Thielen, you know, that was a great play defensively where they forced that fumble because they were driving. That was a huge play, but I mean,
momentum swing.
Big, yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, you mean Minnesota they going in and get points, field goal, at least a field goal out of that, and now they get nothing. But just a really good game by the Saints overall. I mean, anytime you can win a game when your quarterback throw for $120, I mean, you done a hell of a job, especially against Minnesota.
4 years ago, Drew Brees couldn't throw for 120 yards. Period.
They couldn't. Could you imagine Drew Brees trying to win a game a few years ago? Because everything was based around Drew, and I mean, but just a really good, solid game between two of the better teams in the NFC, and we'll get more about the Saints later on in the program. We'll talk about the Saints a little bit. Why you?
Think at the run.
Oh yeah, the transition has already been coming because he only had a 2-year deal. Right. This is the last year that two-year $50 million deal, which is basically was saying we want to appreciate what you done, but this is the end of the line. This is definitely Drew Brees' last year in New Orleans. They bring in Teddy Bridgewater, as you say. Now you got Ingram, you got Kamara, you got Michael Thomas, you got the pieces. Defenses coming together. This is definitely I see Drew Brees' last year in New Orleans.
I did not know.
They traded him midweek. The Giants wanted to get rid of him. He had been horrible in New York, and here it started off horrible for him yesterday. I saw he got beat early in the game on a couple plays, couple PI. So he's just bad.
Do you realize that's Ohio State secondary they cut out?
Marshawn Lattimore, yeah, they got a lot of Buckeye, and we'll talk about some Buckeyes in a little bit. But huge win for New Orleans and the Minnesota Vikings. For New Orleans over the Minnesota Vikings, they are now 6-1, 6 straight victories after opening and loss to the damn Tampa Bay Buccaneers of all people. Don't know how that happened. Let's move on to a game that I watched, and I will tell you something right now. This game pissed me off to the highest level of festivity. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Ty Montgomery, if this was a Thursday show, you know what you would be right now. And if you win the Dunk of the Day on Breakfast Club, then damn it, I'm going to make you as an official Dunk of the Day. And of course, I'm talking about the Green Bay Packers and the Rams yesterday. What a great football game. Yours truly came on this program last Thursday. Despite all the rumors of Aaron Rodgers' demise and the Packers' demise, they were 10-point underdogs. I picked the Packers. I sat right here and picked them because I knew what was going to happen. I saw it coming. And Ty Montgomery, you stole that from me. You stole it. Now, what in the hell was Ty Montgomery thinking?
If he would have ran it back and scored, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Not a great punt returner. He's never returned a punt for a touchdown, I'm sure, in his career.
He was aggressive, man. It was a big game. He was caught in the moment. The passes really weren't coming his way or the carries. We decided to try to make a play against the LA Rams. You have to be.
No, you don't have to be aggressive because you got number 12 with a timeout and a 2-minute warning. What he had already done, he made 2 mistakes before he even fumbled. Because the first mistake was actually returning the damn ball. The second part of that was you made the 2-minute warning be on the other side. So even if you don't get no yards and don't fumble, you lost the 2-minute warning. So now you only have 1 timeout. But I don't think Aaron Rodgers needed no timeouts anyway because guess what? He is that damn good. It was 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and you know all he needed was a field goal. Why is you taking this ball out of the end zone? Why was nobody grabbing him? Why was there no one here to push his ass down and say, what the hell are you doing? We got Aaron Rodgers on the sideline. There's no reason to take this ball out of the end zone.
Well, Jared Goff did look bad yesterday.
Absolutely. He played very well. Very well.
He outgunned Aaron Rodgers yesterday. We're not going to say that many times, but Aaron Rodgers got outgunned by Jared Goff.
And see, this is why Ty Montgomery, because see, if Aaron Rodgers gets the ball and go down and do what we think, and most of us know he would have did, he would be saying that Jared Goff outgunned Aaron Rodgers. Now, you know Jared Goff played very well yesterday, 295 yards, 3 TDs, but who I was more impressed with yesterday, and I knew this is why I kind of picked the Packers the last week off a bye. And when you get a bye, you go self-evaluate. This is the time to self-scout yourself. What we do well, what do we do bad? Let's figure out what we got going on. And if you watch that game yesterday, for the better part of that game, they were harassing Jared Goff. They were kind of containing Ty Gurley. You're not going to stop him. And they were putting pressure on Jared Goff. And they were getting out there defensively yesterday.
That secondary, it was all over those little scat backers.
And I love them.
Brad Woods, Randy Cook. Won a lot of separation yesterday. Cornerback in the first round.
Jai Alexander.
Yes, sir. He hell of a ball game.
Lockdown. And I had both those corners. They took Josh Jackson. They got King last year. So the secondary is much improved. And I had Josh Jackson and Jai Alexander as first round cornerbacks last year. They got both of them. And if you saw yesterday, he was getting his hands all over Brandon Cooks, and that guy couldn't do anything with him. And the pad rush was getting home. Clay Matthews, he was sacking the quarterback without getting penalties. It was awesome. That was awesome. And then that second half, that man I told you who was the best player in the league. I don't give a damn what nobody says to me. Todd Gurley took over the game when it was time to make a run, when it was time to make a catch. That man. He's unbelievable. I enjoy watching him play.
You line him up anywhere. You split him out. Maybe put him in tight end. I think he can pass the ball. It's not much that Todd Gurley can't do on the football.
That's not a whole lot. But at the end of the day, the Rams win and stay undefeated. And next week we got another huge game. We got 2 huge games, but this is the hugest of them all next week. And we're gonna talk more about that Thursday. It'll be the Rams traveling to New Orleans next week. What a game that'll be on Fox on the late game, America's Game of the Week.
And just for a side note, I want to speak. Of course, they're a little hurt over. That defense played a very good. Russell Wilson lift him up. You know what I mean?
They've been struggling since the lead been gone.
Right. So I feel like they got hurt at the right time, healthy at the right time. Come January. Out in that California sun, time to go.
I love the Rams team.
Just looking ahead,
oh my goodness! So we got some huge games, and we got Green Bay next week against the Patriots. So we got some huge games in college, some huge games in the NFL that weekend. But at the end of the day, the Rams remain undefeated. But Ty Montgomery. Boy, you can't even get on the damn plane after that. You can't even get on my plane after that. What the hell was you thinking? What in the holy hell was you thinking?
Okay, Ty.
No, Ty, you just cut. They should cut Ty right now. Ty should be cut right now. Cut him. No, we don't. We don't need any more losers and fumblers on our team. We got enough losers and fumblers now. We got enough trash on my roster now. I don't need any more trash anymore. I see what you're going there with the connection, but I don't give a damn. Ty Montgomery robbed us. Ty Montgomery robbed the American people yesterday. He robbed us of a chance to see Aaron Rodgers do what he does, and I'm sick about it. It was sickness.
I like Aaron Donald.
It was
sick. Came in and made a play.
He had a big sack to it yesterday as well. Moving on to them, you talked about them earlier, the undefeated Chiefs. They defeated the Denver Broncos yesterday 30-23. This is the second time they already played the Chiefs, so they're 7-1. Patrick Mahomes looked great yesterday. I think he threw 4 TD passes. He throw a late pick. Kareem Hunt had a hurdle runs touchdown. That was one of the most impressive things you'll see all weekend. I know they played the Broncos, but the defense is starting to play a little bit better. D4 and those guys starting to get a little pressure. Maybe they get Eric Berry back. That would help us all. That would help him. But let's talk more about your guy, because you was a big Tyreek Hill fan. Talk about more about your track guy.
Ty is Ty, man. He done had the best of days yesterday. In the big moments, in the big game, you guarantee to see Travis Kelce, who's been slacking the last few weeks, had a great game. He's a mismatch. Not going to put him in the conversation with Gronk. I definitely think he's a top 3 tight end in the league right now. Of course, Kareem continuing to have a great year, just like he had last year. What impressed me about Kareem Hunt is he's a pretty good.
And he can catch it out of the back.
And he's a complete back. And complimentary pieces around him. Sammy Watkins.
He had 2 TDs yesterday.
Sammy Watkins came back today.
They got so many ways to beat you offensively. The Kareem Hunt thing, he's today's modern NFL running back. But what you not only have to do, you have to run the ball. You have to be able to line up and catch it out of the backfield as well. Pass pro has always been important, that's the biggest thing from college back to the NFL. Pass protection. You have to protect that guy behind you. Speaking of which, that made me go back to Ty Montgomery. He missed a block yesterday on Arizona. You know what?
But Andy Reid doing such a fine job with it. Those missing 2 linemen.
He is an offensive genius, man. He's always been always a guru. Adam Smith was holding this team back for several years. He took him far as he could go. His ceiling is so far. I mean, that's who is checked down Alice. But you put this kid with this big arm in this offense, now this offense is dynamic. I mean, they average well over 30 points a game. This offense is explosive.
Just the run that he having, the angles he can throw the ball, he can sidearm you, body twisted to the left, throw it across his body. Pat Holmes, unbelievable level right. And
now the last 2 teams we talked about. Ty Gurley, to me, that's the best player in the league. But this is a quarterback-driven league, so without a doubt, the MVP leader right now would be Patrick Mahomes. Even though I clearly disagree with that, but this is the NFL. This is a quarterback-driven league, so the quarterback would be obviously the choice for MVP. But Ty Gurley would get my vote. But I have no problem with Patrick Mahomes right now being your leader.
MVP maybe the showdown.
Mexico gonna get a show, baby. They gonna get a show that night.
One thing for sure, the Rams defense not playing good. Kansas City let Lindsey ran for about $150 and 2 tubs on this. It's going to be a show. I need to go to Mexico.
That's gonna be a good one. NFL, they've been so disrespectful to Europe the last few years, sending these garbage teams over to London. But we're not gonna do that because yesterday, the defending world champions were in London, but they still had to watch the Jacksonville Jaguars play. So I still feel bad for the people of Europe. Philadelphia gets a win, much needed win. I mean, it's over to Jacksonville. They have their own ton of issues right now. They seem to be on a down slope, and they're not getting back up. But Philadelphia gets back to 500, 4-4, second in the division. What did you see yesterday, and how you see it going forward?
Carson Wentz getting back into that MVP form that he was last year. We got a few extra weapons with Jordan Matthews. Biggest liability coming from that secondary. They look half decent Sunday, but we talking about 8. We put him in the same category. Man, is that fair to say?
Look, man, he's a bottom tier quarterback, and quite frankly, he's holding them back.
Right. Ran the ball a little bit yesterday, but overall, good team win. We needed this for confidence. Jack will still have that defense out there, so we beat their defense. I just think that's a sign of things to come.
Yeah, I mean, just a good win. I mean, Jacksonville that'll get beat, but you know what? You'll take an ugly win over a bad loss, over a pretty loss any damn day of the week. Because I think when you get into your bye week, maybe you can get some things straightened out. Figure out the offensive line situation because Peters hasn't been good this year at all.
He's hurt.
I think he's hurt or his father time is catching up to him. You got to find a running game. Jay Ajayi is going trade deadline tomorrow. Maybe you can get a move. You have to find a running game to help Carson Wentz. But since Carson's been back, he's only thrown for 13 touchdowns.
Either get Patrick Peters, the lockdown corner. I'm fine with the Jason because we developed Big V last year. I'm more.
Lane's not playing the
MCL. Something like that. Our week will
very beneficial to him. Huh? Yeah, I think this is a good time for them to get into that lab. Jacksonville, if you ain't traded for a quarterback for tomorrow, your playoffs hopes are dashed because you are going as far as you can go with Blake Bortles. You have gone for this dance is over. The music has stopped playing. Y'all just stop kidding yourselves. You don't blame yourselves. I mean, he gave you a great run. You paid him. You rewarded him handsomely. You want to see him do it again. He failed. It's time to move on. No hard feelings to Blake. You got to do what you got to do. Let's move on to a game that I thought was going to be a defensive struggle yesterday. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you a team that's playing really good football. And I'm going to talk about this guy in just a few minutes. That team right there, you can't see me pointing out. Man, that Carolina Palace team, that Baltimore Ravens came in at the #1 defense in the NFL points and yards allowed, and Cam just carved them up yesterday. It was 24-7 at halftime, and Cam was dancing and shucking and jiving. Right through 2 TD passes, he ran for another. He was passing out bandanas and wristbands all over that Raven defense, and now all of a sudden they're 5-2. They are finding themselves a big win last week. They came back last week to get a win in Washington. So yeah, not Washington.
Talk about it.
They went Washington. But they came back last week and beat the Eagles. They were down 17-0. Come back and beat the Eagles. I mean, so I'm just looking at Cam. Cam has been outstanding. I got to give credit where credit is due. I've always said he's too inconsistent in the passing game, which he still is. But you know what? When the money's on the table, all these cliches, when the rubber meets the road, I don't bet against Cam Newton because he's just going to find a way. If it can be ugly, but he's just going to find a way to get it done, and he just has so much fun playing the game. I mean, you talked on Cam and the win yesterday.
Yeah, Cam looked real good. But I want to take a moment to speak on Christian McCaffrey because I've been disrespecting him.
You were one of those?
Yeah.
You reverse race?
I thought Dalvin Cook would be a better fit for them. Tackles. Christian McCaffrey, man, real deal. He's running in between the tackles. He's running on the outside. Of course, he could catch the ball. That was what he was more known for. All together, they got Olsen. That opened up the field a little bit for. DJ Moore, he's not exactly what I expected he was going to has time. That defense. Yeah, the ankle. Eric Reed was a great pick. Great pick.
Needed safety.
Cam Newton, yeah.
Playing good ball. We're gonna discuss a little bit more about Cam a little bit, but I thought that was one of the most impressive wins of the day because I thought that was gonna be a defensive low scoring game like 17-14, and they just kicked Baltimore's ass yesterday all over the field. They just dominated. Nah, Ravens still got a winning record. I don't think it was about the offense yesterday as much as it was the defense. I know Flacco threw a pick later on, but when you get down 24-7, you're gonna start pressing a little bit, and he'll make the mistakes. And then late in the game, Lamar did throw a touchdown pass first of his career to Hayden Hurst. First of his career to Rick out of South Carolina. So I thought that was good to see, but not yet. Because they're still in playoff contention. I think this one team they can still make the playoffs. This game withstanding, but we'll see. You start getting below 500 in the playoffs, maybe start getting away from you. Then you gonna start looking at Lamar. You start looking at. Let's go through some other. We ain't gonna dive into these specifically. We'll just go through some of the games from the weekend. Funny, interesting game yesterday. Cincinnati beat Tampa Bay in overtime, 37-34. Just a wild game. Jameis Winston was benched. Fitzpatrick, he comes in, leads them back, ties the game up, and they ultimately lose in overtime to the Bengals. Bengals are playing really let's see. The Bears beat the Jets 24-10 yesterday. You're really high on Mitchell Trubisky. Mike told you turn you a little bit. I don't have this people cut out going on. So yeah, Bears beat the Jets. You want to talk about Mr. Trubisky a little bit? You're a big Mitchell fan.
Before I talk about Mitch, I want to talk about Zoe Patterson. The very first show of the season, he came out with this outrageous prediction that said Chicago Bears would win the NFC North. That he got something going there. What Mitch Trubisky is doing, baby Cam Newton. He's a playmaker. His accuracy can improve a lot. So down the field accuracy. But Tariq Cohen, he's just playing amazing right now. I like the play calling, of course, you know. Man named Khalil Mack. I'm not gonna stay on the subject too long, but I kind of like Mitch.
I like what Mitch is doing, but you know, I'm still worried about him. You know, but again, he's making plays with his legs. Now he's not doing a lot of damage from the pocket other than the Buccaneer game. But he's making defense have to respect the fact that he will just take off and just start running. He's a wild man right now. But Bears are doing really, really well. They are top the NFC North Division. And we sit right now, they are leaders of the NFC North Division.
So Patterson.
I don't think nobody had that going into Week 8. The Bears leading the NFC North. Seattle Seahawks went to Detroit yesterday. Russell Wilson was spectacular yesterday. 3 touchdown passes. They ran the ball really well. And the defense held the Detroit line to 14 points. This is an offense that is loaded with offensive weapons.
Defense played great.
So, I mean, you know, we always – I feel bad for Russell because I think it's a shame what Seattle has done to him. But he doesn't complain. He keeps his head down. And he said, hey, whatever you give me to go to battle, I'll just go to battle. If I got to go with Doug Baldwin, 5'8" receiver, I'll just go with him. I got to go some guy named Clinton Carson, some running back I never heard of. If I got to go to battle with him, I'll go to battle with him. That's what Russell Wilson is. And they got the job done yesterday.
Tyler Lockett find a way every Sunday to get behind that defense. Somebody. What is he running out there?
Tyler Lockett stay getting behind people. Like, you look up and go, how the hell did he get behind somebody? Like, how the hell?
5'7".
Like, how the hell did he do that? It was the Washington Redskins defeating the Giants 2013. AP reached into his time machine. Go for a $146 against the Giants. 2 TDs. I thought
you gotta root for AP, right?
I always root for AP, man. I mean, I thought he got the raw deal when he got suspended for a whole year for some stuff that has nothing to do with football. I thought that was a raw deal for him, but good to see AP, doing good, especially against the Giants. They are now 1-7, a pathetic 1-7. They've been trading out players all the last couple of weeks. So if you ain't Odell or Saquon Barkley, you probably get traded within the next 24 hours. You should be going out the door.
But I do want to shout out the Giants defense. They didn't quit. They didn't give up yesterday. Giants defense played pretty good. But AP just was a little better yesterday.
Yeah, that offense is pathetic, man. It's amazing the weapons they have, and this offense is so bad. You look up, they only had 3 points to go into the fourth quarter. It's like, how the hell does this offense featuring these guys, the Barkleys, the OBJs of the world, you got Shepard, you got Evan Ingram, and yet this offense had 3 points heading into the fourth quarter. This is just pathetic watching the Giants offense every week. It's getting sickening. It's getting sickening, and it's been sickening.
Eli's just terrible. It's time for him to give it up.
Yeah, that dog needs to be, that horse needs to be put down because this is over. Again, much like Blake Bortles applied to damn Eli Manning, it's over. People want to come out and get mad when you say, "Oh, he was a great." You talking about a great? I'm like, dude, we talking about right now. That don't take away from what he did 10 years ago or 5 years ago. Right now, he can't play anymore. He is not. He's not even an above average quarterback right now.
He's not even a backup quarterback.
At all. He should not be out there. The Giants had done him a disservice by getting rid of Webb Davis. You have no backup in play. You have no contingency plan. I don't even know who the backup is. So you can't even bench him right now. So you got to keep running him out there because I'm sure he's better than whatever he got behind him because I don't even know who you have behind him.
Fourth round.
So, yeah, I just feel bad for Eli. They put him in a bad position, but he's done. He's cooked. He's fried. You can look at his face. He doesn't want to be out there, but yet you keep trying him out there. It's unbelievable to me. The Pittsburgh Steelers defeated the Cleveland Browns 33-18. I thought the Steelers played one of their better games, but it was the Browns. But, people thought highly of the Browns coming into the season. But offensively, the Steelers are there, along with Big Ben, which he threw a pick yesterday because I told you he's not playing great football. He's okay at moments. He has his moment, but he'll just step back within the game. But, James Conner has come along, has fit in quite admirably for Le'Veon Bell. He's like a top 5 rusher in the league. He had a touchdown yesterday, over 100 yards yesterday. Defense started. They thought to play better. Joe Hay had a great pick yesterday. And we'll get more to Cleveland in just a second. But you know, what are your thoughts of Pittsburgh? They're turning around. They're finding something. What's going on? I still don't trust them.
I think they'll win that division.
Okay, sure.
That wasn't my prediction at the beginning of the year, but yeah.
I think still.
My question is, what do they do when Le'Veon comes
back? Le'Veon is not coming back.
He's coming back.
No, he's not.
He has to come back.
Week 10 he has to come back, but he don't have to play, and I wouldn't play. I'm not going out there. Le'Veon is not playing. The only reason he's coming back so he don't miss out on all his money. Right. He is not going to play a game, and I do not blame him. Absolutely not, Le'Veon. Do not get your ass behind there no more until they give you your money.
You like Earl Thomas, right? Go out on them. Bad end.
Yeah, see how Earl Thomas is why Le'Veon Bell is not in count. But you know, let's go through the other scores. We'll come back to Cleveland because we had some news in Cleveland.
Right. A lot of news in Cleveland this weekend.
Had some news in Cleveland. The Colts defeated Raiders, and we talked about Cam and his comeback and outcome season. Andrew Luck is playing really good football quietly, second in the league in touchdown passes, top 10 in yardage. Completion percentage up by 66%. So shout out to Andrew Luck because for the beginning of the season we didn't think he could throw a football. Now he's 20 tied for second in TD passes. So shout out to Andrew Luck. And now the Oakland Raiders. I told y'all at the beginning of the season y'all deserve what y'all getting. So every time I come in here, y'all get y'all ass kicked. I'm gonna say you deserve what you get for hiring John Gruden. You deserve everything you get. Everything you get. Until you do right by me, everything go fail. Everything you do is gonna be bad because John Gruden has ruined you now. And you got some picks. I hope that's worth it. This ad kicking y'all again because y'all are getting roasted. 42-28 Colts over them, and then of course the 49ers and Arizona Cardinals played one of the worst football games in the history of football. It was.
They played 2 of those games.
It was 5-3 at halftime. It was a good old pitching duel. The Giants took on the Arizona Diamondbacks. It was football game. Oh, my bad. I thought it was a football. Oh, it was baseball. It was football.
It was football. It was a lot of baseball played yesterday.
Oh, okay.
It was a hockey score. You know, Los Angeles had so much going on yesterday. Yeah. They was playing hockey. Yeah,
NBA. It was
soccer.
It was 6 big time events going on in LA yesterday, including the World Series. But the Cardinals come back, score 15 in the fourth quarter, take the win. Josh Rosen, the guy who I really like, led the team back. We are just a mess. CJ Beathard cannot play. He is a backup. He always hold a clipboard. He cannot play, and the defense has gotten good, and so we're 1-7, and we're waiting for April for the NFL draft. Tonight we have Pats, the 5-2 Patriots at the 2-5 Buffalo Bills. Derek Anderson. Yeah, Derek Anderson would make his second start for the Buffalo Bills. Now let me remind you that Derek Anderson 2 weeks ago was sitting at home on his couch. Wasn't even in the league. Now he's going to start his second game with Buffalo Bills. Colin Kaepernick should win his collusion case with ease. With his rate, all these things are happening.
Derek Anderson, wasn't he Cam Newton backup for like 6 years?
Yes, he was. That's the same Derek Anderson. That's the same guy. But thoughts on Pats? I mean, and then I'm hearing, Josh Gordon is apparently being it's not suspended, but he's been punished. Will miss the first quarter of the game. So already not even been there a month, and he's already been punished for something is undisclosed. So he'll miss the first quarter of the night's game.
Maybe that's the reason they said they're trying to trade for.
I haven't heard that, but I heard he is on the block. You got 24 hours to make those moves, and if I'm Demaryius Thomas, I would love a move to get the hell out of damn Denver because Case Keenum ain't it, and John Elway, since the damn Peyton Manning move, who basically fell in his lap, has not found a quarterback, and it's a damn shame because he's wasted a good defense. But anyway, thoughts on Pats and Bills. Monday night game in upstate New York tonight. It'll be buzzing in Buffalo, but they have no reason to be excited, but they'll be buzzing.
Well, Buffalo defense is way better than most people think. No, they have no chance of winning this game, but I wouldn't be surprised if it'd be a tight game, something like 17-14, maybe.
No, you're not holding Tom Brady on 28.
Well, I'm just trying to give them some kind of respect, for the defense. I'm trying to make this thing interesting today.
I don't work for ESPN, so you don't have to push this game on me because I'm not watching this game. I'm going to tell you right now. I will click my remote control to it, but I'm not going to be like, I got to watch Buffalo and New England tonight. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just more interested in Josh Gordon not playing tonight, and that's a huge story because they'll go to first sign of something. He's already missing quarters of games. And I'm telling you, if they didn't really need him, I'm shocked they let him get this far because they don't play in New England. But I can assure you one thing: if anything else happens,
he's cut.
He gonna get cut because they gonna make a trade and see he will be expendable. See, he's not expendable right now. As soon as they get another big 6'4" receiver who can be a body receiver like a Demaryius Thomas, he ain't going out the damn door. But I think the Pats win either tonight.
He can always come to Philly, yeah.
No Sony Michel tonight. I love. I know he went to Georgia, but I love Sony Michel. He's out tonight with a knee injury. But love me some Sony Michel. Oh man. Let's transition real quick. We'll get into some real news, fake news right after this. Yay! Let's do some real news, fake news, and then we'll get into some other stuff. Before we get on out of here, we got minutes left. I was going by pretty fast. You know how this works, right? And, you watching at home, you can answer along with me. Real news, fake news. I'm gonna say a blanket statement. It's a statement. I'm gonna make it. If you think it's real or true, you tell me why you think it's real or true. If it's fake, you tell me why it's false and why you think you disagree with the blanket statement that I'm about to make. So let's get ready for some real news, fake news right here on Sentell. Let's go. First statement. Alabama should be favored by 14 points at LSU on Saturday night.
Real news.
Oh, he said it's real news.
Until somebody prove otherwise, Alabama should be favored for every game this year. Double digits. Don't matter who it is. Yeah, you Clemson Tiger going down.
Ooh, bold words. And when I first saw it, I said so disrespectful. But the question was, the statement was Alabama should be favored. Yes, that's real news. They should be favored. That don't mean I think that's what's gonna happen. They should be favored. You look at Bama, they've beaten LSU now. We think it's a rivalry. And it's a hard hitting rivalry. They've beaten LSU 7 straight times. They've beaten them 7 straight times. They've been close defensive game for the most part. This ain't your daddy's Alabama Crimson Tide. Let me give you some of these numbers of these points right now. Let me tell you something. Alabama has scored 433 points in 8 games. They've given up 127 points in 8 games. That's a differential of 306 points. So, and LSU right now is like the 86th ranked offense in the country. That's a bad combination.
And most of the games in the first quarter be over with. They usually get 21 points in the first quarter.
The Tennessee game was so fun. They had 21-0 with 4 minutes in the game. They were up 21-0.
Watch it every week, just how bad it's gonna get. Every week.
Yeah, now I don't think this is what's gonna happen, but they should be fair 14 points. You get that combination. Alabama got the 2nd ranked offense in the nation. Think about Alabama, the 2nd ranked offense in the nation. That is just scary. Halloween's coming up, but that's the scariest thing I've ever seen. Second in total offense with that defense. Holy cow! I think it should be. So I agree. It's real news. Second one. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm not going in order, so don't look. Urban Meyer will not be the coach at Ohio State next year. That real news, fake news.
That's fake news. Urban Meyer, he will be back. He will leave on his terms and his terms only. He brought new faith. He won the first ever national championship. The new style national championship. He'll leave on his terms.
The first playoff.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I know what you're saying, but this is real news. Urban Meyer would not be back at Ohio State next year. That is too much contention going on between the AD and him. Not to mention that the investigation into the assistant all throughout the off season, which he should have probably been fired for that. Now you get the laws. People point fingers at each other. I think this ends badly. I think this is indeed Urban Meyer's last run at Ohio State. I think he will be out at the end. Yeah, he did make a statement earlier today that he will be coaching next year, but you notice he did not say where. He just said, I'll be coaching next year. He didn't say where he'll be coaching, and it won't be at Ohio State. I think Urban Meyer will be out at the end of the season.
Well, down there in Columbia, South Carolina.
We'd
love to have it.
What, are we breaking news here? We're breaking news here. Let's move to the third one. Jameis Winston will never play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers again.
It's real though.
That real?
Jameis is done. Maybe if he wasn't doing so much off the field, they would bring him back. But I think they picked up a $20 million option on him. Oh, you remember that year Washington did it?
It's the RG3 thing.
So he's gonna be holding the clipboard for the rest of the year. Hey, maybe he goes to Jacksonville. You could turn it around. Maybe you need to change the center.
Maybe. I mean, closer to Tallahassee. I just don't know, man. He just 16, 10 interceptions. He threw 4 yesterday. I mean, they were just bad interceptions. He threw one to a guy. The guy was like, did he really just throw that? Like, I'm looking at him, and he threw me the ball. I can't believe he threw it. I'm just standing there like, what in the hell? He's just bad, man. His decision making is awful, which, explains a whole lot about him.
You know the only person who got more turnovers than Jameis Winston the last 2 years?
Trivia. Somebody bad who fumbles Blake Bortles. Damn. It's a bad weekend in Florida sports. Bad weekend in Florida sports. Florida State got beat like a drum. We'll talk about that in a few seconds. But it was a bad week. I think Jameis is done. Where he ends up next, who knows? But, we saw him throw all them turnovers in college, and we said, we can live with those because we know he'll get those fixed. He'll get those rectified. But then he gets to the league and then he gets in trouble off the field. But again, that goes back to decision making. So it's no surprise to me he didn't get better off the field. He didn't mature, and then on the field he hasn't matured either. And I was advocating for him being no one picking the draft. So I'm disappointed.
One last thing on Jameis, he's nothing but 20.
Young man, very young man.
He might have a chance to turn his career around, but
it won't be in time, but I think he needs to get with a good quarterback coach and somebody he can look up to, somebody he can respect as a quarterback coach. Because the guy they got now is an idiot. I don't know how he got the job. Dirk Carter has no business being an NFL head coach. He is awful. He stinks. So
what you said about the same thing with John Gruden.
Oh,
the same way they did Lovie Smith. What's the statement you made?
About what I said about
everything you do gonna fail the way you do Lovie Smith.
So that's how I did John Gruden. Everything you do now because but anyway, Jameis, sorry. Hey, you know what? What I want the young man to do right now is keep your nose clean because that way you can have an opportunity next year. Because if you go out and do something stupid in the off season, off the fit, you won't get another shot. You will be out of the league. You'll be a bench young type guy. You'll be out of the league. I'm telling you. Keep your nose clean. You'll get another shot because you're 24. Like he's saying, you're 24 years old, so you will get another shot. Just don't get in trouble off the field during the off season. Last one. The Saints are now the team to beat in the NFL. Real news, fake news.
Fake news. We will find out Sunday.
This is
We will find out Sunday.
Sunday is gonna tell a whole lot about this statement, but right now it's fake news.
Before we move on, man, we got Alvin Kamara.
Mm-hmm.
Tiger. Freeze. Jared Goff. Brandon Cook.
Star power.
Michael Thomas.
Star power.
Marcus Peters.
Star power. Star power.
Oh man,
this is gonna be a great football game. It's the Fox game of the week, so it won't be in prime time, but it'll be the late game.
They make a Pro Bowl team with just those two.
There's a lot of talent, a lot of star power gonna be on the field. I think it's false. I think it's fake news right now. I look at, like I said yesterday, they struggle. Now, they won the game, but I've seen the Rams have looked more complete throughout the season. I mean, they haven't had these struggles. 120 yards by your quarterback. You don't get that pick six and that fumble. The game outcome might be different. Now, I love the Saints though, because I got a lot of respect for them because I didn't have them going to the playoff this year. No, I had the Falcons and Panthers. I knew two teams were coming from the South, but it's so hard. You look at them teams like, which one gonna fall? I knew all three weren't going this year.
Remember when I made the statement? Who was the third best quarterback in that?
You said Matt Ryan was third best quarterback.
Exactly. That's why I said they wasn't making the playoffs.
I could, but the injuries. Let me factor it out on the injuries have really hurt them defensively. They have been bad defensively, not offensively. They have been bad defensively. So to that, I understand what you're saying. We don't believe in Matt Ryan as much as we believe in the other two guys we just named. But I think defensively the Falcons got hurt, but the Saints they on their way. So like the South Carolina Panthers definitely gonna make the playoffs. So that was real news, fake news. We're gonna move on to some news out of Cleveland today. Hue Jackson was fired today.
Another one.
So, Cleveland right now has fired two high-profile coaches in the last 2 days, and we'll talk about Tyler Lue in just a second.
That's three. So they got Ty
Haley too. They got the offensive coordinator too. Hue Jackson was 3-36-1.
And you know, and I be rooting for Hue, man. He looked like he's a very good guy, nice guy, man. But the talent he got, this, and they lost 3 games this year by field goals, either in overtime. So, you know, they wasn't really
They
playing
weren't getting
poorly,
blowed out.
except for the last 2 weeks. But I think it was about time now.
I just didn't. The idea of doing it during maybe middle season, because John Dorsey just came on. He was the New Year GM, and I think really if he was honest with himself, he would have did this in the off season, because you really want your guys in there. So you got a new shiny toy and a new top pick quarterback in Baker Mayfield. I just don't think you should have fired Hue Jackson right now, because now you got all this upheaval around this quarterback. The coordinator's gone, and the head coach is gone, and now you got Greg Williams, this lunatic, as the interim head coach, a defensive guy. That's not helping Baker Mayfield at all. That's not gonna make Baker Mayfield a better player with a defensive guy coach and an idiot on top of that to boot. The Cleveland Browns, since '99, they've just been absolutely, since they come back, they've been just absolutely dysfunctional.
I guess Bill Cowell will come back now. 10 years, 100 million.
You deserve everything you get, Cleveland. You go that route. I'm hearing Lincoln Riley. That rumor started last week.
Right.
And I think it's gonna keep going. That drama gonna get beaten all off season for Lincoln Riley.
Happy where he's at though.
Until you get $10 million, and you can go coach. And you can go coach your guy that you coached for 4 years at Oklahoma, which he was offense coordinator part of the time. But he's gonna get a bunch of money. They see him as a Sean McVay, a Kyle Shanahan type offensive mind. Which back in the day, you were scared to hire college coaches to come to the NFL, but you look at it now, the NFL game looks more like college than it ever looked. So
Oklahoma haven't missed a step.
Yeah, absolutely. Kyler Murray, sensational. So but you're gonna hear Lincoln Riley name come up and a lot of other names, but I just thought the timing was bad. Like I said, they haven't been getting blowed out, and I think what happened was Hue Jackson and the asshole Todd Haley were getting into it. And the GM couldn't pick one. He should have picked one. He still got rid of both. He just got rid of both of them because he couldn't pick one. So Hue's out 3-36-1. So I can't defend his record at all. I can't defend 3-36-1.
I've been hearing Brian Leftwich.
He's the OC now.
They're saying that he could possibly be a head coach next year.
Well, we don't see how he does it. He got his first win as OC this weekend at the Cardinals. They'll put up 18 points, but hey, a win's a win. We'll see how about. I mean, I like to see when young African American coaches, especially, get those kind of jobs. We usually don't get the OC type jobs, which ultimately will lead to head coaching jobs. Because you look at even the black coaches we have now, most of them got a defensive coordinator. That you look at the guy Ty Bowles was a defensive guy. Mike Tomlin was a defensive guy. You black coaches, you see it. Most of them come from the defense. They come from the defensive side of the ball. So it would be nice to see a black head coach. Offensive side of the ball, nice to see, but he's a long way from here. I think it's a long way away, but I'm just. But if you're in the OC position, that's the next step. If you do a good job at the OC position, then you ultimately will get a coaching job. That's just the reality of the situation. And also in Cleveland, and we all back football. We're gonna talk basketball for a second. Ty Lue was fired shockingly 2 days ago.
Why?
A shock.
Why?
0-6, but I mean, they just not. Dang, something is in the water in Ohio, because the Browns and the Cavs are the worst 2-run franchises in all the sports. They're not even a close second with the Oakland Raiders. This is just despicable. Why would you fire a man after 6 games who took you to a championship and you lost the best player on the planet and you thought you were going to be better?
Well, Tristan Thompson said it. The East still come through Cleveland. That's what he said. Man,
get the hell out of here. You seen what old boy tweeted behind him. He like LOL.
But this what happened. Ty Lue wanted to go with the veteran play. The owner wanted him to go with Colin Saxon. So he did actually put Colin Saxon in the starting rotation game before last. Then he flipped it the next game. That was his demise. But I think really he kind of happy, man. He turned old real fast.
Man, a lot of stress coaching LeBron. That son had a head full of black hair. When the time that last NBA final rolled around, his head was gray like Obama. I didn't know what was going on with Ty Lue.
They hired him with braids. He ended with a fade. I'm telling you.
And the shit was going back in the head. But Ty Lue was 128 and 83. Of course, he led the Cavs to a championship in 2015, 2016. So he should be commended for that. But I'm not shocked. But again, Cleveland. I just feel bad for their fan bases. They have the 2 worst run organization in sports, and it's not even close. This is dysfunctional as it damn gets. Firing coaches after 6 ball games, firing the NFL coach after 7 games. I mean, this is a joke. Get this out of my face.
If you would have told me at the beginning of the year that Tyronn Lue and Hue Jackson would be gone after 6 games,
they got fired the same week. Within the same week time frame, because Lue actually got fired last week. But I mean, I'm just that in October. We're not in November yet.
Right.
This is unbelievable to me.
The thing about the Cleveland Cavaliers, they're going nowhere fast. They may win 15 games. You know what happened last time LeBron left?
They're a lottery team.
They got a lot of bad money tied up in between Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson. It's gonna be until Bronny make it to the league. It's gonna be a while.
It's gonna be a while because even when LeBron was there, you couldn't attract free agents. So now you definitely not gonna be. Even when you get money freed up, nobody's coming to Cleveland. I mean, you like Joe Kim Noah famously once said. You ever heard somebody say they're going to vacation in Cleveland? Right. Nobody goes to Cleveland. Nobody goes there willingly to go to Cleveland. No disrespect to my Cleveland people. I love to see it, actually.
Before we move on, since they're gonna be a lottery pick this year, right?
Yeah, they've been a lottery, absolutely.
Chance of them trying to land somebody like Zion Williamson.
Need a chance. And they got number 1 pick, top 2.
But I'm saying that can kind of feel that LeBron, he's nowhere near the stature of LeBron.
It'll bring excitement. It'll bring excitement. He's not as good as LeBron because he ain't got the IQ. He don't make other players better. That's the thing about LeBron. He was taking bad teams. What you see now, this team stinks. One guy was holding this damn team together, and you could basketball people knew. We could all see it. Some idiots may tell you differently. We knew them guys sucked. Right. LeBron make them guys so much better. We knew that. But I don't think Zion can make it better. But it would give you energy and hope. Right. Like, hey, let's go. Yeah, we're gonna go see this highlight film, but that's it. That's all you got. You know, you stink.
Make it to a game so bad this year.
I'm going to 2.
Going without?
You know, you welcome to come, baby boy. But you know, we make with my brother. We make moves. We go see our Blue Devils.
We'll talk more about this after the show.
That's off our conversation. Hey, welcome if you just not tuned in. Sentell. You know who I am, the sensational Sentell. Wow, and I'm joined by DeMarcus Bank. He's graced us with his presence. I'm glad he made the trip up. Come holler at this boy and talk a little sports with me. Let's move on to the last couple of topics of the evening before we get on out of here. Obviously, Georgia defeated Florida over the weekend. It crushed my spirit, 36-17. I sat right here and said that at the beginning of the season, I thought Georgia was one of the better teams in the country. As long as they got quarterback play, I said this game would come down to the 2 Fs. Franks and From, and exactly what happened in this game. Because if you look at it, both teams rushed for plenty of yards.
Maybe forced fumbles.
Georgia had 189-yard rushing. Florida had 170, but it came down to the quarterbacks. From was sensational, 17-24, 3 TDs, no INTs, 100 QB rating, 93 QBR. He was just great. Felipe Franks, on the other hand, over 105 yards passing. That's not gonna get it done in a game like this.
Have y'all brought Kelly Bryant down there yet?
No, we have not brought Kelly Bryant down there yet, and I don't think we are going to bring Kelly Bryant down there. I don't think we would have any Kelly Bryant. The quarterback room has changed now. If you told me this in the spring, that's why I was kind of disappointed that he transferred this late in the game. I wish Dabo had went ahead and been a man and told him, look, we already told Trevor Lawrence we're going to start him. That's what our recruiting pitch. Because in the spring, we could have used Kelly Bryant in the spring, but the quarterback room was a mess. You look at that quarterback room now. Even Frank played bad the other day, but he's been developed. You look at a Jones who came in and played. The true freshman played in that Georgia game. He is the highly talented recruit we brought in. So look at him. Then we got a highly recruited guy coming for the next year's class. So the quarterback room has changed at Florida. Now, if it had been the spring, we would have jumped all over. Because he in Dan Mullen's offense, a willing runner in that offense, man, it's amazing what Dan Mullen has done with Felipe Franks. He came a long way. Yeah, even though he's played bad. Yeah, he's not gonna ever get He's never gonna be elite, you know. But just that from what he was last year to now, think about if you good to where you could be in 1 year in damn other offense. He's that good of a coach. He's that good of an offensive coach. But Georgia dominated. I thought Georgia was the better team. They made the plays late. 3 turnovers.
Very physical with you. Physical you. From the turnovers to first fumbles, Holyfield punching on you like a punching bag. I heard they call him the real deal Holyfield.
And when they came up with that, but I said going to the game. One thing about that cat, you got to bring your big boy pad because you can't wrap them arm tackles. Do not work on that. That's a grown man. But I thought the difference in the game was obviously the turnover. We had some big missed opportunity, but Georgia capitalized on every opportunity they made. You know, I'm not in the excuse making business. I'm in the results making business. I don't make excuses. Georgia won the game. They were the better team. I'll see their ass next year. And I hope they lose every game the rest of the season. But that's just how I feel about it. But they get the win in that World Lost Outdoor Cocktail Party.
Did you notice who was missing from the game Saturday? Who didn't get a snap Saturday? Georgia?
Justin Fields.
I've been telling everybody all year they're holding Fields back. They don't want the truth to come out. Even when it was getting blew out by LSU, they wouldn't put Fields in the game. When they do put him in, they don't let him throw it. Not because he can't throw. They don't want the public to see that he can really probably take over from.
Well, you know, the thing about last week, if you play well, we never have to hit him questions because he played well. So it was irrelevant. I mean, he played well. He played, we helped him a little bit, but he made all the throws. He was perfect on third down. They scored 4 touchdowns on third down. They scored 4 touchdowns on third down. Let that sink in. That is unbelievable to me. They get the win. I hate them. I hope they lose every game. And we coming to the season, if you told me we would be 6-2 right now, I would take it. I thought this team would win 8 games, and maybe 9. Now we got a chance to get to 10. We got a nice stretch of games at home against Missouri, at home against South Carolina. Then we got some cupcakes, and then we go to Tallahassee. We're gonna talk about them right now. So, hey man,
Before we move on, I think Georgia. Saturday.
I don't believe in Kentucky, man. I want to believe in it. The offensively, they're just
I'm talking about the defense.
They inept the offense. You're not gonna hold a team like Georgia under 20 points.
Athlete, their quarterback, so they still change.
He can't throw a little bit.
Game winning pass.
They had 6 times to throw it down in the red zone. First of all, he should have been a damn pass interference to begin with. They got robbed.
Pass interference.
Bro, listen, I'm not. Look, Kentucky had a great season. March 2, they beat us early in the season. They played really well. But if you
that's what I hate coming.
No. You look. No, this is fact. You can go look this up. They have ran the least amount of plays in somebody's opponent's territory since like week 2. Since like week 2. Look at their scoring averages since like week 3. They can't score. And you're not beating a team like Georgia scoring 15, 16 points. It's not happening. Now the game going to be lit because it's going to be in Kentucky. They're going to be out. But whoever said Kentucky is going to be a big-time home field advantage for somebody. This ain't LSU. This ain't Del Valley.
Just think about what we've been seeing this year in the SEC. This thing been going teeter-totter all year.
I'm not saying it won't be close. I just can't see them being with that in-depth of offense beating Georgia. I just can't see it. So, hey, that's why they play the game. And lastly, let's end on a high note for me. I saw Clemson just polish the hell out for us. That made me happy. 59-10. Trevor Lawrence he was great. I mean, I know it's Florida State. He was 20 or 37, 314 yards, 4 TDs. They just steamrolled Florida State. And I just want to say this, Will Taggart, I've been supportive of you because I want to support you in this position because I think it's important that you have this job. And it's been bad on me to have to root because I don't want to root against you. I hate Florida State, so I have to root kind of against you. I don't want to do that. But let me tell you, I got a bone to pick with you. You should be arrested for what you did to DeAndre Francois on Saturday. That is criminal negligence at its highest. That man was in the game when they were down 45-0, getting his brains beat in, and you left him in the game. If I was his parent, we would have a long conversation. Matter of fact, if I was his parent, there's no way in hell DeAndre Francois would play another game in college football with Florida State. This kid, to me, has pro potential. when he don't get a chance to show it because his offense is so damn bad. This line is so damn bad. The running game stinks. They average less than 100. They average less than 100 yards a game rushing. They are 126, 24th coming to the Clemson game in rushing. They're probably lower now. That was like 113 in Division One. This is far thing we're talking about. But I just Willie Taggart. That's a bad look to have that kid there when y'all down 45-0 and he's getting his brain beat in and you left him out there like that. I thought that was just bad.
Terrible. There's no way to sugarcoat it. He said a lot of players quit, but one thing about Francois, he's a tough kid. He won't quit.
You gotta look out. You gotta be the adult in that situation. You gotta get him out of there. He's one of the guys who don't quit. They had some guys who quit. Because
maybe he didn't want to get took. He's that type of player.
But you sometimes you gotta be the parent. Sometimes you don't know what's better for you when you're in that moment. You don't know what's better for you. But I do. You're 45-0. There's no reason for him to be out there. There's no, and they're still getting after it. It's not like they was getting some success and gaining yards. He was getting hit. I think he had like 60-yard passes. I mean, he was getting murdered out there. There was no reason for him to be out there. I just felt bad for him. I think this kid has pro potential. He cannot show it because he played with one of the worst offensive lines in the history of college football, and I'm not making that up. They are horrible, and they can't run the football, and they can't protect them. This has been 2 years straight, so I just feel bad for him. But I just want to end the show by trashing Florida State. That made me feel better on my inside. I had a bad weekend. But thank y'all guys for tuning in, man. I want to thank my man, DeMarcus Banks, for coming through. Appreciate him anytime he come in. Man knows his sports. I love it. I know he loves his Red Sox. Got the chip. They got it done. So he's in a very, very jovial mood.
There's 2 championships for him. Eagles, Red Sox. LA, I doubt it.
But I will see you guys Thursday. We'll preview that big Alabama LSU showdown. We'll preview that Rams and Saints, Packers, Patriots. Oh, speaking of which, let me get into this before I get out of here because I did have a Sentell poll question tonight. Who would you rather have at quarterback right now as your NFL quarterback, Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady? And with 75% of the vote, Aaron Rodgers is the answer, and I can agree 100% that I would rather have Aaron Rodgers as my quarterback right now. So that was the result to the poll question. But again, I will see you Thursday night. Big show, preview show. We'll get into all the big games in the college football, all the big NFL games. Also, it's a Thursday show, so I got to give you a sucker of the week. So until then, I will see you guys next week. I will see you guys Thursday. I'm sorry. This has been the hottest sports podcast in the South, the best damn sports podcast, period. Sentell. Peace. Do you feel the